Yeah, welcome to another episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth with your host, Zacchaeus in the Fifth General. What's up, Zacchaeus?
It was good. Good to be here. Good to be here, man.
How we do?
Yes. Yes.
I want to shout out to everybody who've been on our TikTok pages, been rocking with us and participating in the live stream. Shout out to everybody for doing that, Shout outs to brother Mr. Yard Chat Promotions. Make sure y'all follow Yard Chat, all right? All right. So we're gonna actually do something. We're gonna talk about a couple things today, and then we're gonna talk about the last recent TikTok live that we did. A particular person said something very interesting.
Yeah.
Respected her honesty, but this is something that we gotta speak to and what men have been speaking to for years.
Yeah.
You know, on why, men are feeling the type of way about marriage these days,
Right.
So, we're gonna get into that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We're gonna get into that. So this is gonna be an interesting episode. For those the TikTok lives the replays are posted on the YouTube channel on Fifth General TV. So if you're not on TikTok or you've missed the TikTok, I put it up the next day on the YouTube. So yeah, it is. And we're gonna review some things about that. We're gonna review something, a particular thing that got spoken. We're gonna review it. All right. But first, we need to get into some tragic news. We lost the brother. You go ahead, Zacchaeus. You let us know, man.
Yeah, Demon Wilson, the one that played Lamont
Sanford and Son.
Yeah. Condolence. Rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. He was 79 years old. He lost his battle to cancer at 79. And I just listen. Norman Lear, 1972.
Yeah.
That's when Sanford and Son started. Nothing is golden era of comedy. It's the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, mid 90s.
Yeah.
You're talking about Sanford and Son. He paid Lamont Sanford. He was funny. He was part of the ingredient of that show.
Yeah.
With Fred Sanford, who played Red Fox. I mean, let me tell you something. Golden era comedy. This is an era where there was no like sensitivity, because right now everybody's walking on eggshells of what you say, what you can say. That was an era and moment in time in history on television that you could say certain words and nobody would be offended. They just laugh it off. It was funny. And let me tell you, it's not like the sitcoms today. The sitcoms back then, every episode, particularly with Sanford and Son, was funny. Every episode was funny. It's not a dull moment on every episode. Every episode on Sanford and Son was funny. Jeffersons as well, along with All in the Family too, and Good Times. Funny but serious. Good Times were a little bit more serious, but also funny as well. So those are the moments in time. I gotta big up to the golden era of sitcoms in the 70s, even the 1980s too as well. Also the 90s. I think they had maybe some a little bit. I laughed at the Parkers sometimes, but when it came.
Well, Martin, can't forget Martin.
Yeah, 1995, Martin Lawrence. Yeah, Martin after Living Color was that was funny. The 90s. That's the 90s. That's straight 90s.
Yeah, 90s.
So you talk about the 1970s, 80s, and 90s of golden era comedy. I mean sitcoms. Yeah. After that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. After that was it. That was it. I mean, that was it. That was it. But Fred, who I can't forget. It became, but also Demond Wilson became in 1982 became a minister of the gospel. So y'all, I read about him. Demar Wilson became a born again Christian before he died. Amen. Amen. Gave his life to Christ. I heard his testimony. He gave his life to Christ and dedicated his life to ministry. And that's what it is. He was married with 6 kids, stayed with his wife until the day. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. He stayed with his wife until death do them part. He got married in 1974 and stayed with his wife. And he had 6 kids, but he stayed with his wife.
Man,
He was like Christ. He stayed away from certain things. He stayed away from. Yeah. So I just want to say, man, condolences to his wife and his kids, extended family members, his extended his friends. And I'm going to mention this too. Demar Wilson was the last person. He was the last surviving character, last surviving person on the Sanford and Son show. He was the last of everybody else gone. Everybody else gone. The one that played the Page, gone. The Puerto Rican, that guy that played the Puerto Rican neighbor, gone. The one that played Grady, gone. It's just, the woman that played that played Fred Sanford's girlfriend, she's passed too. So
Esther.
Yeah, that one that played Esther, the Page, gone. Yeah, so he was the last surviving member. Now they're all deceased. They're all deceased now. The whole cast. So the main characters of the whole cast is Sanford and Son. So condolences to his wife, kids, extended family. R.I.P. Rest in power to Demar Wilson, 79 years old.
Man, let me drop a respectful bomb for that.
Yeah.
I can respect that. All right, man. You wanted to get into Don Lemon's arrest. Now you're gonna have to help me out with that one. I don't know a lot about this.
Yeah,
I vaguely know details.
Yeah, Don Lemon was arrested.
So for people who don't know, Don Lemon is a political analyst. He used to work for CNN.
Yep.
Had a show on CNN for several years.
Yeah.
He's also known in the political world, broadcasting world, more so. And he runs his own media network now that he's been independent. Go ahead, Zacchaeus.
Yeah, man. He was arrested for what happened on January 18th in a church in Minnesota, some kind of protest, but I think he was wrongfully arrested. He's released now, but I think he was wrongfully arrested because they said that he was participating. They claimed that he was participating in the protest, which was not true. All he was doing is being an anchorman, a journalist. That's what he was doing. He's doing his normal routine, what that he usually do. And he said that, and they released him. I think they released him. They recently released him. He was recently released from prison, but still, that was no grounds for him to get arrested. If he's just doing his job, no grounds for him to get arrested, and they arrested him. Let me tell you something. Censorship is getting more serious more than ever before. They're regulating certain social media platforms and what you should say, especially when you're a creator, podcaster. They're doing it. So when I heard of him getting arrested, I was like, for what? What did he do? And I guess he's gonna have his time in court, and I think he's gonna win this. He's gonna win this one because they're trying to regulate the First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of press, So this is just administration. That's what they're doing. So he's gonna get his time in court. He's gonna win this. This kid, he didn't do it. What he did, it has no grounds of him, no reason for him to get arrested. That's all I gotta say about this case. Yeah. Yeah.
So here's what I've seen loosely. So the rhetoric, let me make sure my audio is right. So the rhetoric pretty much aiming towards him is basically going at the fact of how would he know all of these he's conveniently at the right place at the right time when it comes to these protests.
Yeah.
And I guess he's being accused of planning protests and then reporting on them, like as if on some collusion type of stuff, right?
Right.
I mean, have you heard that part of it? I mean, that's basically the rhetoric.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah,
I don't know because I'm
was
out of
part
the
of it. Like he's part of the protocol. Remember all over the main parts of the country, like I heard in New York, Minnesota, California, protests against ICE agents.
Yeah.
And they protested against ICE agents, and they're saying that he's an agitator. He's part of it. He's part of the protest. He just pretended to be a journalist, and that's not true. He's just reporting what's happening. And they kind of fuse him into the well, he talks up against Agent Orange. He talks up against him. He's not.
Yeah, he's a well-known Democrat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
I don't really have an opinion on it because I don't care. To be honest with you, I don't really have an opinion on it because not that I don't care about him as a person. I don't care for the story for me to report about it so much. Right. So I'm in my ignorance on that. I will admit that. I have an ignorant approach to the story because I don't know. So I don't have a side to pick. But I will say this, Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus. If he's wrongfully arrested, then that's a problem. And that is something that is the bigger conversation, more so than whether somebody personally has a thing against Don Lemon or not. Right. Because if you're wrongfully arrested, then that is what? Your civil rights being violated.
Yeah.
So I could speak more to that issue.
Right.
So Zacchaeus, you should not be arrested for freedom of press as long as it doesn't violate like libel or slander.
Right.
So he got arrested during what? He got arrested in the field?
He got arrested. This is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the Grammys is involved in this too. So he got arrested because he was trying to broadcast as well in the Grammys because then he was, because I guess the Grammys is pre-recorded protest. I know he was trying to broadcast the Grammys but they arrested him for what happened on January 18th with the whole riot protest against ICE agents. That's what they arrested him. That's what I heard most of the time. Yeah.
So let me do some homework while we're talking because I didn't know we was going to talk about this today until we had our phone call before we started recording. So
yeah,
why did Don Lemon get arrested, right? Because all right, so is he in jail right now? Like, what are they trying to say? He's accused of.
He's released.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I have something that I could actually read. This source is drawn from The Hill and British Broadcasting channel. So they're saying that former CNN anchor Don Lemon was arrested in Los Angeles on January 29th and charged with federal crimes related to a January 18th anti-ICE protest at City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota. He was accused of conspiracy to violate civil rights, specifically by intimidating congregants and obstructing religious freedom. So that's the reason for the arrest? Okay, let's read his charges, right? Key details regarding the incident. So Lemon was indicted by a grand jury on charges of conspiracy to deprive individuals of their rights and violating the freedom of access to clinic entrances. That's the FACE Act, which protects access to places of worship. Prosecutors allege that Lemon and others engaged in a coordinated takeover style attack that disrupted a church service, intimidated a pastor, and obstructed worshipers. The defense states that Lemon, who was released without bond, denied the allegation, stating that he was merely covering the news and vowed to fight the charges, calling it an attack on freedom of the press. The incident involved protesters targeted a pastor who also works for an ICE field office.
Agents.
Well, that breaks my ignorance there. Okay, well then here's the thing. I don't know if there's any video. I would think there was because he was reporting there. Then he would have to prove that he was not disrupting congregants.
That's right.
And obstructing religious freedom according to the FACE law.
Right.
That is something that he has to prove. Zacchaeus, if he can't prove that, then that would mean that he committed a crime.
But if he can prove it.
But he would have to prove it. Now, the man has his media network. So if he's smart, then he has video.
He has footage, yeah.
I would say on one side, you should not be arrested for nearly being a reporter.
Exactly.
But if he is arrested for committing, like I said, according to this, if he violated civil rights, intimidating churchgoers, because that's what I think congregants mean, right? And according to the FACE law, the FACE Act, then he doesn't have a defense. You want to speak more on that, Zacchaeus? Because I just, this is from The Hill and BBC America. News, their media companies. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it was. Thank God you read that because it wasn't quite clear. Because I want to know what did he violate? What was? I mean, why get arrested? He's doing because according to Don Lemon, and I heard his interview when he was released. He said, "I'm doing something. I'm doing like I've been doing for 30 years. I'm reporting. I'm reporting." What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm not causing any interruption. I'm not causing any disturbance. I'm not being an agitator. All I'm doing is reporting, like I've been doing for 30 plus years. I didn't violate anybody, and I believe him. I believe because you see, when you go against the powers that be, and you speak up against the powers that be, and you're talking up and you're saying certain things that they don't like, and so I believe that sometimes certain trumped up charges, you could be arrested for some trumped up charges that could be possibly just charges that they create so you can get arrested. They've been doing this to a lot of leaders. I mean, a lot of people in the past. Trumped up charges so you can get, because they don't like what you're saying, so they create something to make you get arrested. Now, it's if you, and as you can see, it's proven to put him, because I noticed recently that they're regulating social media with certain things. You can't say certain things. They're sensitive about certain things you say. I know there's a content creator I know by the name of Khalif Wins, that he said because he speaks up against he goes hard on ICE agents. Oh man, and Trump administration, he goes in when he create videos. And he said they've been like not giving them no spins on TikTok. They've been regulating and violations and all these things. But he does use profanity too, a lot of that. But still, they've been that they haven't been. So he said that they haven't been showing them any mercy, and he believes it's because of the administration, the regime of what, how because of Trump administration. That's why he's being regulated so much. Yeah, and he even on YouTube. Yeah.
Zacchaeus, me and you actually have we can relate to that.
Yeah.
Our first episode of the podcast. Once we started going public again.
Yeah.
Right? Years after Life Zone Radio.
Mm-hmm.
What is the title of our first episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth podcast?
Agent Orange.
Yep. Why did I say Agent Orange and not Mr. T's name? Because I'm aware of the algorithm, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I knew that back then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I would say my YouTube channel suffers because of that episode.
Right.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I make no apologies because what we were addressing at that time needed to be addressed. At that time. I was Mr. T's first time in office. This is why I say Mr. T. Right. Because I could be talking about Orange Man, or I could be talking about Pity the Fool.
Right.
Right. So yeah. I understand the algorithm, and I understand all of that.
Yeah.
And for those who are listening that want to jump, oh, he's a Democrat. Heck no. I have given both sides of the smoke. Okay. Now, if you was listening to Life Zone Radio back in 2008, I did support Obama.
Yes.
I was 19 years old. I was a first-time voter.
Right.
You know? Mm-hmm. So I went on what I thought was working back then.
Right.
But even then, I am not to either party.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for those who know me, I haven't voted in almost 15 years.
Wow.
For a president, for a president. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So not on that, who's who and what, but because to me, I believe two wings of the same bird. That's just what I believe. But I try to be politically fair in terms of this. We're just going to address your agenda. Whatever your agenda is what we can judge you by.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If this is what you stand for and this is what you want to push when you get in the White House, then that's what we have to base you on, the policies and things that you support.
Yeah.
Regardless of what party you run for.
Yeah.
Me personally, I encourage more people to vote for third parties so that you can show the two bullies. Right. Because both of them are bullies to me.
Right.
That neither side is working for us.
Right.
So I encourage people to, and also, never mind, I won't do that. I said enough.
Yeah.
But as we're reading this Don Lemon situation, maybe we'll just have to stay put and see what happens. But it's up to him to prove what he's accused of, and every person deserves their day in court.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't care if you don't like a person. It's fine. It's fine.
Right.
But everybody deserves their day in court.
In court, right. Right. Everybody, yeah.
Everybody. If you're for civil rights, then you have to at least support that.
Yes.
And not civil rights for some, because then you're showing your bias.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything you want to add to it before we get into our next segment?
No, at this point with Don Lennon, no. I just want to sit back and see what happens. Right. Most likely he might win, but let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's an ongoing case.
Yeah.
So being this is an ongoing situation, I mean, there's not really much to say about it other than what's reported.
Yeah.
So, hey, maybe we'll revisit it later, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do something different. I don't normally review our content, but we may have to on this one. We had a particular guest who popped up on our collaborative TikTok live that we did Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday, January 31st, because we're recording this.
Yeah.
And our topic was, does love come with conditions? Very good topic.
Yes.
Right? So I want to get to what a particular person said on the panel, and no disrespect to her, but it is what it is. This is fair game. So let's get into what she said, and we're gonna talk about it, brother, because brother, I wasn't surprised, but it was what people need to hear for a case study.
Yes.
I know what I'm doing when I pick these topics.
Right.
And I'm not bragging.
Yeah.
But they don't come from out of thin air. My topics come from research.
Research, yeah.
They come from personal experience, but also research in the world, or at least in America for this particular. Well, this applies to the world too, but we're talking about an American law on this one. So
yes,
let's go. Let's get into the. Let's get into it. Let's hear what she had to say. To you, just give me 1 second. Hey, Zacchaeus, earlier you mentioned prenups, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
All right. Earlier you mentioned prenup, and you know why the prenuptial agreement was created?
You know what? I never really looked. I never dived in deep into that. No.
I'll say this, right? So, prenuptial agreement was created because of the laws of the land of how the family court system works already, right?
Yes.
So I don't know if I agree that if a man comes in with a prenuptial agreement that he has 1 foot out the door. You didn't say that. I know you didn't say that verbatim.
No,
you did. No, you didn't say that, but you did mention that being like a condition, right?
Yeah.
In the condition category, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like going into the marriage already with like a release button. But I would say this, I'm gonna ask you this question, and then you're gonna be like, okay, I get it. Is the divorce court fair to men?
No.
Okay, let's add more context, right?
Yeah.
So most men marry women who make less money than them, right?
Right.
And that's because of the adverse of women typically most cases only want to marry men that make more money than them.
Yeah.
Right? Not only more money, but women typically go after men who have more acquired assets than them prior to getting married, right?
Yeah.
Because I would say those are the conditions that women look at. For example, he's got a home, he's got a business, he's got boom, boom, boom. Wow, he's a great catch. Right?
Right. Yeah.
And as men, we don't have that criteria on women. We don't care if a woman has all these other like financial assets, because at the end of the day, we know that the responsibility as far as us providing for the family is going to be on us anyway, right? We just want a wife who loves us and respects us, right?
Right.
For them, ideally, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing a prenup does is guard the assets that you had before you came into the marriage. It doesn't. The assets that you acquire in a marriage still get divvied out.
Yeah.
So I would say that if a man signs a prenup, if a man brings a prenuptial agreement into a marriage, my opinion, that he's only doing that to combat the laws of the land that's already unfair to him in the first place. What's your response to that, my brother?
Well, that's a fair shake, because there's been many times where if he doesn't do a prenuptial agreement, he'll take away all this hard work. Because you look at it this way, that Here's you have a man that's an athlete, or you have a man that has a business, and he worked I'm talking from the ground up. He worked. It was blood, sweat, and tears. He put into himself. He put into his business. He put into himself. It was blood, sweat, and tears he put into that. And for somebody to come because of their emotions and because they have a emotion of feeling happy to take that all away, that's unfair, you know? That's unfair. Or take half of that away, his hard work, blood, sweat, and tears.
1C to front desk, WS.
That's unfair, you know? Yeah.
I was walking when I did that.
Hey, Unique, you had something to say?
Yes, on the prenup agreement. I think if a man presents a prenup agreement and we're finna get married, I would sign it. I would not have a problem with it because I definitely want you to protect yourself in this marriage. And if we ever do divorce, you have everything that you came in with. I also would be able to love
and also so do you. And also
Yes,
so do you.
but-
You get to keep right. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I will be able to love him on a different scale. But I also know that with him having a prenup agreement, I'm gonna have a prenup agreement too. So we both gonna sign on the same day. Also, so I'm gonna look at the marriage not.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen very carefully. Play more.
As I'm gonna look at it as love. I love you unconditionally, but I'm also gonna look at it as everything that I benefit from having two people instead of one person, I can do it twice as more. So this is my advantage for me to come up more on being in this marriage because financially it's not going to hurt me.
Zacchaeus,
Just
did
not
you,
gonna-
did you catch that right there?
Yeah, she said financially it's not gonna hurt me.
Before that, she said, come up.
Come up, yeah.
Yeah. I'll play more.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Wait, can you repeat that? I'm not being cynical. Can you repeat that? You said
Okay.
before you said come up. I just want to make sure I heard you clearly. That's all.
Yeah. So I would sign a prenup agreement. I would sign his and he would sign mine. I know that this is a come up. And when I say come up, I know that I will be able to expand my knowledge, like just say get degrees, get that really good job that I've been trying to get. But since now I have another person, 2 hits is better than 1. Now I can get that job because I have somebody backing me, right? He gonna watch the kids while I'm working my job. I'm gonna watch the kids while he working his job. So I can make, instead of making just say 40,000, now I can make that 100,000. Because if we ever get divorced, you can't touch the 100,000 I'm making a year at all. So I'm a benefit from having a prenup of my own, protecting my assets as he protect his. I know I'm gonna be okay. So I feel like it's a safety measure, definitely. With signing his and him signing mine. It's not going to be, I'm going to love you through it, but I'm not going to have that same respect and that same, compromising on my end for him, with him having that prenup that he would have for me with signing that prenup.
Okay.
Because if we divorce, it's nothing, no benefit.
Okay, so stay right there. Prenups are to protect before. Once you're together, say like me and you are married, right? Because I just paid attention closely to what you're saying in terms of the point that you made about, where I'm signing his and he's signing mine. So it's almost like you're saying that your prenuptial agreement could be different from his. But before I get to that, let's say me and you are married and we start a business together. Our business is successful. If we get a divorce, we're both entitled to the assets of that business, right?
No, because my agreement is going to say something totally different on my prenuptial agreement. We're going to sign one.
Tell me what it says. Yeah.
So in my agreement, if I signed the beginning of it before, like I had this before we came in, but during, we're going to sign a prenup or marriage 6 months into the marriage. We're going to sign this. The business that we have, we're going to put that under the agreement that if we get divorced, I get 80% and he gets 20.
Wait a minute. The business that you guys created, not the business before, but the business you two created together, you're going to tell him that he should get 20 and you get 80?
I get 80 because I had to just say if we have children, the cause is if we have children, then I get 80% of the business because I had to risk my life to have our legacy, right? And I did that. And then also, it just say if we don't have children, I married you and I gave the rest of my life to you. I'm putting value on my life because I could have just remained single. But I loved you, so I married you, and I took our vows, and I'm taking them seriously. 80% should go to me because I still got to take care of myself. If we get a divorce, you got to take care of yourself. But it's going to be easier for you with being a man than it is going to be for a woman going out and back into the work field.
Y'all killing me with this.
Boy, ain't no way,
80-20.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Well, you know what it is?
One more, Zacchaeus. One more.
Stupid. Use your common sense.
One more.
How? Hold on, bro. How?
Zacchaeus, please respond to this.
He cannot agree for you to get all that 80 and 20. And some women, they use the kids as a crush to get more money. They use the kids to get more assets so they can, and usually they just use it on themselves. The kids, you're going to give the kids about so much money. Yes, kids, you need to support them and love them and support them, but usually the extra money is going into your pocket. So when she said 80-20, automatically I thought about that. Most of it is going to her. Some will go towards the kids, but majority of that is going towards her. Because she wants to, remember I said women lean on security. They want, and a lot of them, they lean on it, they want it. So therefore, I would understand that therefore she's like, nah, 80 because I bore your kids. I bore your kids, so 80, and they feel that they did a lot. But I don't know why the business aspect got to deal with money. I mean, but I guess it's everything has to deal with it because
it was my question.
20.
So I'm responsible. I'm responsible for that question because I'm the one who gave her the scenario.
Yeah.
Because I said to her, prenups are to protect what you have before you come in.
Right.
She's gonna have a counter prenup saying, if we ever the stuff that the assets that we require in a marriage, I want 80% of that, and you should only get 20. And she still stood 10 toes down, even if they didn't have kids. Did you get that part?
Yeah, even if they didn't have kids yet, she still takes the bulk.
And her reasoning was because I'm a woman and you're a man.
A man.
I beg your pardon.
Yep.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, I'm the lady. I'm the lady and you're the man. So therefore, yes, I get more than you. Yeah.
Zacchaeus, let's not miss this. What happens in a divorce with children before the age of 21 is something called child support.
Right.
She didn't say anything about that. That's an addition.
Yeah.
Zacchaeus, listen. That's an addition to the 80-20.
Yes.
So you want 80% of the business, the profits, and child support? You probably want alimony too. I ain't even get to that.
Oh, yeah. That's absolutely, yes. She wants all of that because she said, I sacrificed my body, so therefore I deserve all of that. Yeah.
if there's kids. But if there's no kids, she still wants 80-20. What man do you know on this planet that would agree to that?
None.
Stay right there.
Not one. 80-20. I'm actually just giving it away to you. 80-20. Not one. If they're not playing the SIM card, but not, I don't even think the Sims are gonna be doing that. Like, oh no, I gotta do what? What? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
She said, for the sake of the audience, I'm gonna play more. Because I think our brother Yard responded to that.
Yeah.
Mr. Yard chat.
Oh my God.
I'm
Red
sorry, I thought I
flag.
gave y'all a headache.
Red flag. Red flag. Red flag.
Oh
You
no.
know what you're doing? Your marriage be like a competition.
No, it'll be a power dynamic.
Competition.
For me, it won't be. It'll be based on love, but it would be
Nah,
definitely in with power.
Girl, be honest. For what you speaking about, I didn't hear nothing about love. Everything's about money.
It is. That's what I'm saying. It'll start off with love. Love would be the foundation that I'm marrying into.
No. You cannot have money and love. You can, but in this situation, you love the money more than the love itself.
Okay, I can see that.
So listen, check this out. What female gotta understand is you can never match a man. I hope that didn't go over your head. You will never match a man, and you would never can compete with a man. I don't know who told you guys that line, but you're buying it.
No,
You're buying it to a T, girl. Keep it honest. That's what this platform about. Keep it real. Keep it 100% real.
Well,
because what you're projecting, God as my witness today, I will never marry you because it's red flags right there.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Big up to Yard Chat. Big up to Yard Chat, man. Yeah. Because when you see somebody, the first thing that come out their mouth is about money. And I'm going to be honest with you, she's not the only one that thinks this way.
Of course not.
I mean, she just was bold enough to say it. But there's many women that you can encounter. There's a lot of women, not all, but there's a lot of women that you can encounter. The first thing they think about is the bag. Some wouldn't admit it. Some don't want to admit it, and some will never say it. But deep down inside, if you're not coming with the right change, and you see what she said, the 80-20, that's her truth coming out. 80-20, that's why Yard Chat was like, I would not marry you because it's all about the money with you. Forget about the love is not mentioned. Love is not mentioned. Character is not mentioned. A peace of mind is not mentioned. It's about that mighty dollar. That's mentioned.
Zacchaeus.
Mm-hmm.
She said something else. This episode was called "Does Love Come with Conditions?"
Yeah.
Zacchaeus, did she prove my point?
Yes, absolutely.
Here we had a woman in real time say this. I know it's not all women. I know. But when we do our topics on the podcast, we're not talking about all women anyway.
Right.
but people think that we just make up stuff.
Right.
I didn't coach this woman. I don't know her from a hole in the wall.
Right.
From a can of paint.
Mm-hmm.
From a rock and a brick.
Right.
But she came on my channel saying this on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah. Yeah, because she comes with conditions, because I understand money is important, but it's not the end all do all. And when you lean on the money, she kind of like, this is why some women be getting into some terrible relationships, and it's not sustainable, because when you lean on material things, you lean on money. If you don't come with this, if you don't come with the right change, you'll take the 10%, I'll take the 90%. You come like that, long as you're covered, long as I have the money and you pay your child support to me and you give me everything you got. Don't care how I'm living, don't care how I'm eating. It's all about the money. When the going gets tough, I get going. Or the job that you're working. Listen, these days, they lead on your income too. Like listen, I'm a security guard, or I'm a security guard, or I'm this worker, and I'm that worker. I work for this company, I work for that company. And like what the woman said years and years ago, she said, it was a big woman, big black woman that said in Atlanta. What she said in Atlanta said, if you're making $50,
if you're making $50K, don't date.
Don't date. Don't date. Don't date. And some women till this day feel the same way. This is why some men decide to stay single.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because no matter what you have, for her, it's never enough. Yeah, you can have a nice house, garage, where you're making a decent living with the salary, but it's just not, for her, it's not enough. So that's why she said she would take 80% and leave him with the 20%. Because in her heart, that's what it is. It's all about the bag.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's a bad deal, because she said that since she is signing a prenup that says that she doesn't have any rights to the stuff that he had before he got in a marriage.
Yeah.
This is why she would have a counter prenup saying, well, the stuff that we have together, I want that 80 because I can't get what you got before. So since I can't get what you got before, then during us, I need that 80. Right. She's not even being fair. She didn't say 50-50 because that's how
80% you get 20.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all what 80% is to a 20. Zacchaeus going to a restaurant, paying for a meal for two.
Yeah.
And the woman tips.
Yeah.
That's basically the 20%.
Right.
That's what you getting as the husband.
A tip.
Yep.
A tip. While she lays back and collects her profits.
Right. And eats her and enjoys her meal for two.
Yeah.
And all you get is a tip.
Yep.
In layman's terms, that's basically what that 80-20 is.
Yeah.
That 80-20 is I pay the mortgage and she pays the internet bill.
Yeah.
As a husband, Zacchaeus, that's what you're getting.
That's what you're getting, yeah.
In return. Zacchaeus, you said this to me.
Mm-hmm.
I agreed with you 100% when you said it to me. Angers me every time, but it's true. You said Let a woman talk long enough, and she will what?
You get to hear exactly what she's about. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I've learned something with this TikTok, which is very different from when we podcast. And that is less talking and more listening.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we have a whole bunch of people pop up, I hear everything people say. Sometimes I miss it because, you know, around that time of day, you know, I'm getting ready for work, right?
Right.
But I be hearing what people be saying, and I moderate. I keep people on the task of the subject as best as possible,
mm-hmm.
and interject when I need to because I'm still hosting a show, right?
Right.
We have encountered many women who have popped up on the channel, and no disrespect to them. Shout outs to them for participating.
Yes.
But brother, everything that we've been saying we've been doing like 6 seasons of this podcast, man.
Yes.
I mean, we're on season 6 right now.
Yes.
When we touch on certain subjects, and me and you, mostly me because I'm not married, get accused of being anti-woman. I don't know why, but a woman just said what she just said. She just said it.
And she was serious too. She didn't joke.
She was dead serious. She said that with her soul.
Yep.
And no, I'm not saying it's all. Not saying that. And we never say it's all anyway.
Right.
We just point out the unbecoming behavior and encourage those with good behavior to align with each other. That's what we do.
Right.
People miss that part.
Right. See?
We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Anything you want, Lord Jesus. Anything you want to say before we go? Final thoughts.
But this is what we're dealing with. The more we do TikTok lives, especially when it comes to the relationship topics, you'll see the modern day woman express herself and come out exactly what's on her heart. You know, you'll see it, you hear it, and it's up to us as men if you want to hold your peace and wait till God sends you somebody, or you just decide to stay single, or you say, you know what, I'm gonna take a leap of faith and jump and date somebody like the 80-20%. Choice is up to you. Choice is up to you.
Thank you, Zacchaeus. I don't have any final thoughts. I'll let people know where they can reach me. All right.
Yeah.
At the Fifth General, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Fifth General TV, YouTube, and TikTok. Once again, at the Fifth General, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. At Fifth General TV, YouTube, and TikTok. Mrs. Z and Fifth Podcast uploads every Friday on YouTube and all podcast streaming platforms such as Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, etc.
Yes.
TikTok lives with the two of us and our brother, Yard Chat.
Yeah.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, afternoons, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 Central.
That's right.
On TikTok.
TikTok, yes.
Either my TikTok, mainly Fifth General TV TikTok, Yard Chat TikTok. All right.
Yes.
Zacchaeus, let them know where they can reach you, man.
You can reach me on TikTok, Zacchaeus Zacchaeus, Zacchaeus on TikTok. Also, Zacchaeus on Instagram, Zacchaeus Music on Instagram, Wayne Backer's Gospel on Instagram. Also, you can reach me on YouTube, Zacchaeus Gospel on YouTube. You can check me out, check out the YouTube channel. Also, you can reach me on Fifth General TV, Mr. Z and Fifth. Reach us, link up with us, check us out on TikTok. Check us out, man, for real. Yeah.
There we go. Once again, TikTok replays are posted on Fifth General TV the next day. All right.
Yes.
Just to let everybody know. All right. All right. Wow. Zacchaeus, thank you, brother.
Yes, you
always.
Great.
This was another episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth saying peace and God bless. See y'all next time.